High blood pressure plagues 1/3 of all Americans, but the number of African Americans suffering from high blood pressure is greater than any other ethnic group in the country.
African Americans get much more heart disease than do white people. They get it earlier. It seems to be more severe. High blood pressure is such a powerful risk factor. Even if your cholesterol level is good, even if you don't smoke, if your high blood pressure is such a severe risk factor, that's going to trump everything.
High blood pressure doesn't know age limits. Micah Gay was only 16 when he learned that he was at risk.
I found out I had high blood pressure when I went to get my physical to play football. I knew what high blood pressure was. My grandpa has high blood pressure. Grandpa always calls it a silent killer because you don't really know when you have high blood pressure. It's just something that you find out through going to the doctor.
The first thing that came to Michael's mind when they said his blood pressure was high, I won't be able to play sports. I want to play football. So
yes.
Immediately the lock goes on his conversation or anything about that. You know, he's not going to talk about that because he fears it, you know. And I talked to Michael about that, and I said, Michael, they're not going to stop you from playing football. I said, what they can do with blood pressure is something that they have learned to control, you know. And he began to open up more and more about it, you know. But in the beginning, it was a no. He didn't talk.
He thought he couldn't play football, see. So he is like, we had to educate him that you can play football. We have to know about your health.
Questions and answers, questions and answers. Turn on your radio, tune up your radio.
Micah's high blood pressure has been exacerbated by his weight. He suffers from obesity, like 9 million other American children under the age of 19.
We know that every risk factor gets worse as you get more obese. And now we're starting to see kids who are more obese than their parents, and there's no question that if we keep that up, we're going to see a whole generation that has more heart disease than their parents. It's kind of unthinkable.
Heart disease can start early in life. Deposits of plaque have even been found in the arteries of children. But it's not easy for a teenage boy to make changes on his own.
It's always difficult to get young patients to buy into the prevention bandwagon because if you have a headache, you take an aspirin, but you don't feel your blood pressure, you don't feel your cholesterol, and for many adolescents, it's difficult for them to look into the future and think about a heart attack and stroke.
Right, epitaph on the front of your door, you take it, starts in 'cause the diamond cold and it flows.
For teenagers, you know, what is it? Hot wings, pizza, French fries. This is what they crave and this is what they eat.
The temptations of unhealthy food seem to be everywhere, even in Micah's school. Like many schools with tight budgets, Micah's high school was forced to close its cafeteria and substitute vending machines, installed and maintained free of charge by the vending machine company.
In general, kids my age at lunch, they don't eat too good. It is a challenge to control what you eat, but I try to control it. I start eating more fruit and not eating school lunch. They have pop machines, but I'll just stick to the water. I have my friends, they kind of look out for me, and they tell me not to eat stuff that's bad for me.
Team on three, 1, 2, 3,
It's very difficult for a young person Michael's age to be as disciplined as a man my age, you know. Right now, he's doing a pretty good job of following these things. You know, how long that will last, I don't know. I can't tell you, you know. But somewhere down the line, I just hope he realizes how important this is.